Guys, what's going on? My name is Vexoy, and today I am back with some WWE Battleground 2017 predictions. I'm with the same people from the Great Balls of Fire predictions. Casey and Giancarlo, say what's up, guys.
What up?
And Giancarlo actually got flawless predictions last time. He predicted every single match on the card correctly, and I believe Casey was only one off. I think you were only one off with the
I was only one
Enzo,
off.
and I was like, I think I got half of them wrong. And I'm gonna do worse in this one. This one I actually have zero clue. So the first thing on the card is not even a match. It's Breezango prepared to close the case at Battleground.
I don't think we can do anything for that.
Yeah.
What-
I mean, we can predict what team they're going to go
Yeah.
against.
um, this won't count against us. This one's just for fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It
what do
can't
you,
be
Casey? What do you
I'll-
think it is?
I have no clue.
There's no NXT tag teams it can really be, can it?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm honestly clueless. I have no clue who it could be.
Well, I have one idea. Because there's two tag teams that aren't doing anything at the moment other than Breezango. The Ascension, which it's not
It can't be them.
Yeah. So it has to be the Hype Bros. Zack Ryder
Oh
and Most
shit!
Probably.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
They're the
sense.
only, yeah, because they're the only ones not doing anything right now.
That would be their heel turn.
I guess, I don't know.
But there's always these rumors that Zach or one of them's gonna turn on each other. I don't know as a team there's been 7 team breakups throughout 2017. That's one per month.
Yeah. Unless for this, maybe it's Zack Ryder's doing all the things, but Breezango thinks it's both him and Mojo, but it's just all Zack Ryder doing everything
Yeah.
bad.
Alright,
Yeah, but that's
either way,
Yeah.
screw that one. Then we have the rematch: Sami Zayn versus Mike Kanellis. Casey, who do you have and why?
You know what? I can already guess it's probably gonna end up being Sami Zayn.
You think
I
so?
mean, I think so. I haven't watched Smackdown.
Mike Kanellis
at
beat
all.
Sami Zayn with the interference of Maria.
Okay. Knowing how WWE works, I'm going to go off of a limb and just say Sami Zayn. I just think that. I
Okay.
can't give a reason why. I
Okay.
have no.
Yeah, it's just one. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Giancarlo.
yeah. WWE is notorious for their 50-50 booking.
Yeah.
And if Mike Kanellis wins on SmackDown, then I'm assuming that Sami Zayn will probably win. The only way I can see him winning is by roll up. They don't want to have Mike lose to, by a finisher yet. So maybe roll up. Maybe the distraction by Maria costs him. But I can't see Mike winning. If Sami loses twice to Mike Kanellis in his 2 debut matches, then you really can't see Sami the same way. I mean, he's upper mid card, and Mike is a little bit of a lower mid card. He hasn't been doing much other than the segments backstage in the
Yeah.
match. So I want to go with Sami Zayn in this one.
Okay. See, so you're both with Sami Zayn. You did bring up the 50-50 booking, which does make sense to me, but they have been breaking that trend lately. The Bray Wyatt beat him on Great Balls of Fire, then he also beat him on Raw. Seth Rollins, I'm talking about, obviously. And I don't see Mike Kanellis losing his debut pay-per-view match. But then again, I've also gotten that wrong because I remember it was Royal Rumble 2017, and it was Mickey's debut on pay-per-view, and her team lost. And Sami Zayn beat Baron Corbin at Backlash, wasn't it, right?
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
Sami
so.
beat. Yeah.
See, this one's tough for me because it's his debut, and I don't know how they're gonna use Mike. Is he really gonna be a serious competitor or what? Sammy win. I don't know. It feels way too obvious, but then I also feel bad going out on a limb and picking Mike Kanellis because then I feel like I'm gonna do the same thing with Sami Zayn and Seth. Not Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins. Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins from Great Balls of Fire. I'm gonna go with the one I think it is, and you guys both end up being right. But at the same time, I just don't want to follow the bandwagon, I guess you could say. So I actually am really stuck on this one. I'm just gonna say Mike Kanellis, to be honest. It's probably gonna cost me. I'm probably gonna lose the predictions again. But either way, now we move on to Ty Dillinger versus Aiden English in the kickoff match. Casey, who you got? Why?
Ty Dillinger.
Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I don't need to say much.
All right, Giancarlo.
Yeah, this is like the only pre-show match. It came out of nowhere, like last second. It's a rematch that really didn't have any setup at all. So obviously Ty Dillinger.
Yeah, I'll have to say Ty Dillinger too. There's like in my head it's 75% Ty and like 25% Aiden because he might get a win just because of 50-50 booking. They Ty Dillinger won last time, but either way, now this one is really hard for me. It's the fatal five-way elimination between the five women: Tamina, Natalia, Charlotte, Lana, and Becky. So Casey, who do you have and why?
Oh man, this is tough. Cause I don't think it's gonna be Lana, cause Lana already had a few shots against Naomi, so I don't think they're gonna do that again.
All right.
I can't see Tamina getting a shot at the moment. It comes down between Becky or Charlotte
Right.
in my book. Now, do they want to go and have Charlotte become the second woman to hold both Raw and SmackDown's women's titles, or do they want to have Becky Lynch get another title win? That's what's confusing in my mind.
Well, I mean, it's not like whoever wins this is guaranteed to win the title. They still can lose.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's not. Oh no. All right, I'm being stupid. I completely forgot this is. You know what? I'm going to say Becky Lynch.
Okay, Giancarlo.
All right. Well, I'm pretty much gonna say Natalia and Tamina aren't winning,
Right.
and Becky could like get in her shot. You know, have the underdog story, make it like her WrestleMania 30 with Daniel Bryan kind of
Right,
storyline.
yeah.
But she's not really an underdog anymore. I mean, she won on SmackDown against Charlotte by tap out too.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
that just like pushes her so far.
Shit, you're right.
And it's like when Dolph Ziggler beat AJ Styles before Money in the Bank.
That was a
It didn't
botch,
really-
though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but like it was like they still count as a
Yeah, I
win, and but like it didn't really help Dolph Ziggler and his chances in that match.
No.
So like Becky is not like it doesn't increase her chances to win. In fact, it might actually lower the chance of her winning.
It does,
So
in my opinion.
The only two people who I could see win this are Charlotte and Lana because
Yeah, me
remember,
too.
Lana's associating with Tamina, so Tamina
Mhm.
could be eliminated first and come out at the end of the match, like towards the end of the match, and cost whoever Lana is going against to have Lana score that final elimination. But at the same time, like we got Lana and Naomi at Money in the Bank, and you know what match we didn't get? A rematch between Charlotte and Naomi because they
Yeah.
had their championship match, like a few weeks ago on SmackDown, but the Welcoming Committee cost that. So maybe we'll get that rematch at SummerSlam, and maybe they'll give the title to Charlotte because SummerSlam ends like it's like second WrestleMania, so
Yeah.
maybe they'll have like those moments there. So I'm going with Charlotte.
Okay. So, to me, here's how I'm going to do this. It's not Becky and it's not Tamina. So to me, it's down to Natalia, Charlotte, and then Lana. It's not Becky because she won on the Go Home show and she's a face, and we're not going to have face versus face at SummerSlam. And Naomi is going to turn heel. Becky can maybe turn heel, but I don't see that happening. And it's Tamina. They're definitely not going to hype Tamina up for a big SummerSlam match when they're trying to make this the biggest SummerSlam ever. That can lead it down to Natalia, the least likely one in my opinion. She might turn face though, because she's kind of half and half right now, because she's always going against Tamina and Lana. I could see Lana winning, except for the fact that she lost 3 times now, and one of them being in 7 seconds. But the fans really love her, and they're trying to build the SummerSlam to be huge. And people seeing Lana in the title match, that'll have them on the edge of their seats. But so then that also gets it down to Lana and Charlotte. I just can't see it being Natalia either. And then I'm going to have to go with the same reason for Giancarlo. They didn't get the rematch. Charlotte is a big name for the SummerSlam, and her winning the title would definitely boost the thing, whatever, at SummerSlam. So I'm going to go with Charlotte. You went with Charlotte, and Casey went with Becky Lynch. So now we have the United States Championship, AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. Casey, who do you have and why?
This is another one that I have no clue how it can go because I can see WWE making AJ Styles keep the title a little longer, or have Kevin Owens go and win the title back since he lost it at a house show.
Right.
But see, I don't. This is like, it can go either way. I'm gonna have to probably say AJ Styles.
Okay, Giancarlo.
Well, you gotta think about it like this: if AJ retains, the feud with Kevin Owens and Styles is over. If Kevin Owens wins it, the feud keeps going. And since this is a 30th SummerSlam, so like they want to build this up as the biggest SummerSlam, you know, we don't really want AJ versus Kevin Owens. I mean, yeah, they'll probably have a rematch on Smackdown, but I mean, like they've been feuding for a long time, feuding since April, and let's see what they can do like after this feud. Like maybe we can have that AJ Styles John Cena match that he's on SmackDown. Maybe we could have like AJ Styles versus like someone else. Obviously not Shinsuke, because they're probably going to save that for WrestleMania, since that would be like a big time match. But I'm not saying I want this feud to end, but let's see what these guys I want to see what these guys can do after the feud. So I'm going with AJ Styles.
Okay, and this one's a little tough for me because Kevin Owens has the whole Face of America gimmick, and if he doesn't win, he's just gonna drop it. I guess it wouldn't make sense for him to keep calling himself that, but it would kind of suck to see him have to drop it, because it's just me, or I feel like he hasn't held the title for long, because he lost it at Payback to Chris Jericho, and then he lost it at the house show again, and he hasn't really had more than like what I felt like 2 months. But I do see AJ Styles winning, and we all agreed with AJ Styles. And this one up next is also pretty hard. Shinsuke versus Baron. Casey, who do you have and why? This one's really tough to me.
This one is really tough. I don't know much about this feud in general, other than
It started at Money in the Bank because Baron beat him down.
Yeah. Because I don't know, this one's tough. I can see a lot of things happening. I am going to say, but if Shinsuke wins, and that, I don't know. This is tough. I don't see how. I'm gonna say Shinsuke Nakamura.
Okay, Giancarlo?
With Shinsuke's main roster part of his career, it just pales in comparison to his NXT run. And this main roster run, it feels like a little bit of like a disappointment. It didn't really live up to all the hype. WWE failed with the debut of Shinsuke by having him go in the opening match of Backlash with Dolph in a really meh kind of match. And then
they had a way better match on SmackDown, though. I don't know why they couldn't do that at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, but then Baron Corbin wins the Money in the Bank, and when you win a Money in the Bank, like you're just getting like a mini push until like you cash in, then like they just like kind of drop your stock a little bit. But it's like Shinsuke winning makes Baron Corbin like drop low. Like it makes him like, oh, like he's a big tough guy, but then he loses in a match. Are you kidding me? Like how are you gonna support this guy? It's just like, but if Baron Corbin wins against Shinsuke, it really shows him like, oh my gosh, this guy could be like. This just knowing that this guy can cash in at any moment is intimidating. So, with that logic, like, and with Shinsuke main roster run not living up to the potential it had, I'm gonna go with Baron Corbin in this match.
Okay, so Shinsuke, has he lost yet on main roster?
He hasn't lost in singles matches, but he has lost like tag matches, like, multi-man matches.
He's pinned Kevin Owens like 3 times, but he's never really been in the title scene. So he still has stuff going for him, although he is an NXT superstar, like, not emphasis on superstar. Like, he was a huge star in NXT, and they have a pattern of, it's like Vince has a vendetta against NXT or something, because every NXT guy does shit on the main roster. Well, this isn't a guy, but Bailey doing terrible, Finn, since his return, doing terrible, just people like that. But then you have Baron Corbin, which is... He was in NXT, but he wasn't that great in NXT. He wasn't really a big name. And now that he's on the main roster, he's becoming a big name. And that's how it always is. Big NXT people, small on main roster. Small NXT people, big on the main roster. And to me, Vince is obviously the one who like decides to make all the matches and see who wins, obviously, I assume. And to me, it looks like Vince is probably thinking as one of his guys versus like one of Triple H's guys. And Baron is bigger, and he's not really that muscular, but either is Shinsuke. So, and he is also going to be the next, maybe not next, but future world champion. So I'm gonna have to go with Baron Corbin. Okay, and up next we have the Usos versus the New Day for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Casey, who you have and why?
I am going. See, this one though, since New Day arrived on SmackDown, it hasn't been anything close to what they were on Raw. So, WWE can go and have the New Day win the SmackDown Tag Team Championships and possibly become like how they used to be, or they can keep the Usos title reign keep going. So I am going to say the Usos are going to keep the tag team titles.
Okay, Giancarlo, who do you have and why?
Alright, so this is like the last pay-per-view from both brands before SummerSlam. And 2 years ago, actually, at SummerSlam, the New Day won the tag titles, and that was the day that started our 400-plus day title reign. So I think it would be really appropriate to have the New Day win the titles at the place that they won it 2 years ago that started this historic title run. I mean, WWE knows that they had that opportunity, so they don't want to, like, change the titles yet. And plus, like, I know, like, we had one match of Money in the Bank, but that didn't end, like, in a clean finish. So if the Usos beat New Day in the clean finish, New Day's gonna like try to work something out, get that match at SummerSlam that they win in. So like, I know like WWE's saving that match that New Day wins it at SummerSlam. So I'm gonna have to go with the Usos.
It's the New Day to me. It's so obvious that it's the New Day to me. Just because it would be weird if they lost 2 title matches and then get another shot at it. If they do end up losing, they're obviously going to get another shot at it. I don't think they'd have Breezango go for the titles at SummerSlam. I really don't see that happening, especially not the Ascension, especially not the Hype Bros. So it's definitely down to these two at SummerSlam, and whether it be the Usos still holding the titles or whether it be the New Day holding the titles for the first time. I feel like people are also kind of bored of seeing New Day with championships, but if they don't hold the championships, they're going to be nothing on SmackDown because they can't just keep going after it and after it and after it, and there's also no other tag teams. And if they feud with like an Ascension or a heel Hype Bros from turning on the whatever the hell their stupid name is, Breezango, I don't think that would do as big, and I feel like that's the biggest tag team only because they make so much money. So I once again just have to go with the New Day. Both of you saying the Usos kind of made me iffy on my pick. It made me less confident, but I'm still going to go with the New Day. Now, this one is kind of hard for me. We have John Cena versus Rusev in a flag match. Casey, who do you have and why?
I'm just going to say Cena. I don't need to say much about this.
Okay. Giancarlo?
Alright. Well, both these guys returned on the July 4th, 2017 episode of SmackDown. You know, they built Rusev up so much, saying how, like, he's going to return and he's going to ask for a WWE Championship match, which I thought would happen months ago. Like,
it was supposed to happen at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and they didn't have that. And then they have John Cena come back as a free agent. I see this going 2 ways. If Rusev wins, John Cena, like, loses the match, but then he goes on to Raw, because as a free agent, he can switch brands. So maybe, like, he wasn't as successful on SmackDown, so maybe he decided to go back to Raw, see how everything's going there. Or Cena wins, and it's like a feel-good moment, and he hangs around SmackDown until after SummerSlam. And I don't know if he's going to leave after SummerSlam, but after SummerSlam, let's say he loses his match, if he has one, he can go to Raw and, like, he can go to Raw and just, like, see how, like, that goes, because he has been on Raw since, like, 2016, when, now he's on SmackDown, but Raw used to be associated with John Cena, so, like, having him come back to Raw after SummerSlam, like, this is, honestly, I could see this going both ways. It's probably the hardest match for me to pick, But,
It's up there for me too. It's probably in the top
Yeah.
3, along with Shinsuke and the main event.
Yeah, but this is like going to be a one-off feud. Hopefully, it's going to be a one-off. I mean, I don't want to see John Cena and Rusev at SummerSlam.
That's definitely not
Maybe-
gonna happen.
Yeah, so I'm just going to say John Cena. I mean, maybe if John Cena wins, we could have that Styles Cena match I said earlier. But I'm just going to say Cena anyway.
Okay. See, John Cena, he kind of gave a promo. He's like, I know what's going on here. Basically, he's like on his last run. This is probably his last run in WWE, right? I feel like he's going to stay around for a little while. Because he said those few words. He's like, I know how this is going, or something like that. And is he here to put people over, or is he here as, like, I guess you say a normal person, not looked at as a legend or a higher up? And I definitely don't see Rusev beating John Cena, but at the same time, why would he bury him twice? Rusev really, how would Rusev really come back from a loss like this? But then again, if John Cena loses, I don't think it's as significant for him. But once again, Rusev stood tall on the Go Home show, so I'm just going to have to go with John Cena. And because it's Cena's last run, he might be going for the championship. On a side note, wouldn't it be cool if his 17th title run was with the Universal Championship? I feel like that would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
And the main event, this one's really hard to pick for me. I know it shouldn't be, but this one is extremely hard for me. Jinder versus Randy. This is probably the hardest match on the card.
Yeah.
Casey, who do you have and why?
Okay, so WWE has already had a Punjabi prison match. I don't know the first one. I believe they had 2. But
It was Undertaker and Big Show, then it was Batista, and then Great Khali in the second one.
So in the Punjabi prison match between Batista and the Great Khali, the Great Khali lost. Right.
Yeah.
So I don't see why Ginger Mahal.
Do you say Ginger Mahal?
Botchmania.
I don't see why he would bring this back and just have Randy Orton win and then completely like. I want to say Ginger's gonna keep it, but
He said Ginger again.
Hey, how...
You gonna keep going or what?
Hold on.
What is he doing? Oh man.
This one's hard. I don't know what they want to do with this.
Oh.
I'm gonna say Randy Orton's gonna win.
Okay, I like it. Giancarlo, now you.
Alright, this feud is probably the one that tided fans over until like SummerSlam. I don't know if Jinder's gonna hold the title after SummerSlam. He's probably gonna like pass it over. I mean, he's like what the business calls a transitional champion. It's pretty much just like a heel winning the title.
So
So
face
it's like
can win
face, heel, yeah, and then face. They did that with Ivan Koloff when he beat Bruno Sammartino to end that long 7-year, I think, reign of his. But just like I said, the feud was to tide people over till SummerSlam, and I hope, like, obviously the feud's gonna end after this. This is the blow-off match. But like, there's something you gotta take into consideration. Like, this is an open sort of like cage, like a steel cage. So there's probably gonna be some part where the Singh brothers like climb over, interfere. Randy's probably gonna fight out of that, but Jinder's gonna take advantage and walk out. I mean, like, if Randy wins, we're going to get that rematch clause at SummerSlam. Randy versus Jinder at SummerSlam.
It may not be at SummerSlam.
I know, but like, who really wants to see Randy as champion? I mean, his team as champion nowadays is just like so meh. Like it's not even like bad or good, just like bland.
But
Like,
what
that's
if, like,
why-
somehow, I know this will never, like, this is literally never going to happen, and I put emphasis on that, but what if Randy wins, and then a double turn, he goes heel, and then Jinder goes face? I know that'll never, ever happen, but I'm just saying, Randy as face would be good.
Or like
heel.
Randy wins and then like John Cena goes after Randy. We get John Cena, Randy Orton at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Book it, Vince. Yeah, for the 500th time, please. But no, in all seriousness, like I said, this is like the go home, like the blow off match, and they have done like 0 for 3 feuds a lot of times. Like they did it with Rusev and John Cena, most famously with Batista and Triple H in 2005, and maybe they're going to do the same thing in at Battleground. So well, the person I'm picking is Jinder Mahal to beat Randy Orton.
Okay, so once again, this is a split prediction. I'm not gonna lie. While Casey was taking his little mental breakdown for his prediction, I was thinking like nothing to do with this match. I'm a little unconfident in whatever. I still think Rusev might have a chance of winning. I also feel like the Usos might have a chance of winning. I'm confident on most of my picks except like John Cena and Rusev. I'm not too sure on that one. The Usos maybe, I don't know, and Shinsuke maybe. It's like to me it's 100% lock. AJ Styles is winning, and then the 5-way women's match is still a toss up between Becky and Charlotte to me. But my predictions are locked in. I can't do anything about it. I'm just saying I don't feel confident on most of mine. Those ones specifically. So now to the main event. We have Randy Orton. If he wins, that would be his 14th title reign, right?
I guess I don't know. I lost track of Randy Orton.
I think it would be 14th.
It'd be like 14 or 15.
It's definitely not 15. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, it's 14, I think.
14?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay. So, I'm going to go really in depth with this one. If Jinder retains, this would be the main event or the second main event, with the Universal Championship being the main event, which will probably happen. But either way, the second main event, I guess you could say. Jinder Mahal versus who? Who could that really be? The only person I see it being is Rusev. But once again, I predicted him not to win. And Rusev versus Jinder Mahal, is that really a big money draw-in match? Is Jinder, like, I can't see Jinder Mahal going against anyone. Maybe John Cena, maybe. But once again, then maybe that could be Randy Orton. Like, what if Randy Orton somehow, in some miracle, catches up to 16, ties John Cena with 16, and then like has a match for like the title?
I don't want to see another John Cena Randy Orton match.
Oh, no one does. None of the
I know.
None of the smart fans do, but it's still a big draw, money-making match. The casuals still love that match for some reason. The Singh brothers, are they even going to be at ringside in this match? Would that even make sense for them to be at ringside?
It wouldn't, because they would be locked outside the entire time.
Well, no, because like they could run out later and like climb over.
And climb in.
Yeah.
Once again, an Indian or Punjab person has never won inside of this, and are they gonna make Jinder Mahal that first person? And would Jinder Mahal actually be a big draw for SummerSlam to all the Indian 1.3 billion Roman Reigns fans? It's just so tough to me. Who would Randy Orton go against at SummerSlam? It could not be Jinder Mahal. This feud really can't continue. But, oh my god, this is actually one of the hardest picks I think I've had to do all year. This one is actually insanely hard. I think throughout all of the predictions of 2017, this might be up there with difficulty.
With the heart, yeah.
Like, it's up there with the Roman and Undertaker match. It's up there with Roman and Braun Strowman matches. It's a pretty unpredictable match. Casey, give me your reasoning for Randy Orton. If you did already, just say it again.
The reason why I went with Randy Orton is because this is almost the only way he can possibly win without the Singh brothers interfering. And he's lost, 2 title matches against him now?
Yeah, but both time it was due to the Singh brothers.
Due to the Singh brothers. So my whole reasoning was that since it's inside this Punjabi prison, Randy Orton can climb and not have to worry about the Singh brothers.
Right, but once again, Giancarlo still has a point saying they still technically can come out. Giancarlo,
Yeah.
give me your reasoning for picking gender. Hello? Did he die?
I was just about to say, did he die?
Oh no, I have to unmute my microphone because there's people walking by me, so like I don't want them in the video. But yeah, it could be like a passing of the torch kind of thing. I mean, Randy's 37, Jinder's like I think 30.
But is gender really that next top guy?
I don't think so.
I
don't know,
I
like-
think he's a way to make easy money from the Indians.
Yeah, but like WWE can also build on him. I mean, like hell, do you think John Cena when he came in like with those red shorts and that weird haircut he had, like he was like a big guy? I mean, like
No,
like,
but then gender's also been in a company since what, like 2012?
Yeah.
yeah. Like I don't know, who was a guy who was like in the company for so long that like out of nowhere he like main event, other than Ginger.
I don't.
Is Great Khali one of them?
No, Great Khali can go fuck himself.
He sucked.
Oh, I think I know. Like, well, this might not count, but like, cause he need a repackage. But Glenn Jacobs as Kane.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
He was like that. He was a dentist. He was fake Diesel, and then he got Kane, and then he got over. But like,
He was never really a
like,
true main eventer either.
yeah, he was Attitude Era, but like not really like main event, like upper mid card.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like up really high up mid card, not really top stone cold.
He wasn't
level.
that. Yeah, he wasn't on that level.
I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, it makes a good point, but honestly, like the feud's gonna end, and
Yeah,
like I
the
said,
biggest thing holding me back is if this was the second match or the first match, it would be Randy 100%. But
like
since it's the third match, do we want a fourth and possibly a fifth?
at SummerSlam or like even on like let's say it could be on SmackDown, but like that's like, well, SmackDown is notorious for like giving away pay-per-view matches on free TV.
Yeah.
And then also, if Randy loses, what the hell does he actually do as a face without a title?
He doesn't
Turn
really have
heel.
much.
Turn heel. I guess. I mean, like Randy. As
He
a heel
just
turn,
turned face though.
Well, no, he turned face like around February.
No, it was like March because it was the month. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
the month
yeah,
leading
yeah.
up.
I'm-
I don't think they'd have that many turns. Screw it, Randy Orton. God fucking damn it, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed
Oh,
if this
man.
one.
I
Oh,
would've-
Knowing WWE though, if they really need to, they will make this feud last longer.
God,
oh
help us, no.
my Randy Orton pick's locked in, isn't it?
Yeah,
No,
well,
I
like,
just want to say this. Knowing WWE and how long feuds have last, if they really want to, and knowing how stupid WWE can be at times, they can make this rivalry go on for another month.
Think about
no, God.
it. Think about
They
it.
can make this rivalry
Roman and Braun
continue.
Strowman have been going since January.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
that's like an interesting feud because like there's like vehicular homicide. There's like legit injuries. It's like that.
You
feud at
think
least has,
WWE
like,
cares if it's interesting to the fan?
well, it's like not even interesting. It's like it's been delayed so much because like with Braun's injury.
How many matches
What's
have
this-
they had? Only like 3 now?
Like 3.
3 or
Yeah, I
4.
thought this feud would end by like Fastlane. I didn't know they would continue it after WrestleMania.
Yeah, they had one at Fastlane, Payback, Great Balls of Fire, and that's it, right?
Yeah,
So
but like
3.
they had to delay it though because Braun got that injury on his elbow.
And I think it's still continuing with a Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam for the championship.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they might still continue that after SummerSlam.
All right. You know how the rule is once you say it, it's locked in. So I'm assuming my
Yeah.
Randy is locked in.
Yes.
Um,
Everyone's picks are locked in.
So
Yeah.
once you say the name, it's locked in. Okay. So it looks like
Yep.
I just panic picked Randy Orton.
yeah, that was a hard one though.
Oh God, I'm
Mario?
actually so fucking stupid. It's not even funny. Like it's so obviously gender. What the hell did I just do? Either way, we will see in 3 days, 20 hours, 44 minutes, and 33 seconds. Hope you
And
guys
got that
enjoyed.
countdown.
Hope
Well,
you guys enjoyed. Wait, what
Nick,
you
think
about to
about this though. Like, if you get Randy Orton right, then I eat my own words and say, and
Yeah.
I look like a complete jackass by picking gender. And you
Alright.
got that right. Yeah.
I don't know. I think my
All
worst.
right.
This would be good if Randy was healed, but that's not gonna happen. Either way,
Yeah.
that's been predictions. Somehow this went to 35 minutes. Hope you guys
Holy
enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the bell notification, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Peace.
Bye.